because your mom obviously played Billie Holiday in Lady Sings the Blues back in the early 70s. Did you have like a lot of insight into Billie Holiday because this was such a big part of your mom's resume, something that you probably saw a lot of photos of when you were a kid and things like that? Or when did you learn who Billie Holiday really was?
I learned pretty young but my mom kind of kept the film from us for a little bit when we were young, just because, the subject matter and everything.
She didn't show it to you when you were 5. Probably a good idea.
Watching your mother go through all that is not the easiest thing. But
no.
It was one of the reasons why I wanted to be an actor. There was something, in general, my mother's like, I love her more than anything, but there's something, she's so special. Across the board, amazing mother, but just her energy is so special. And I remember that movie, and because of that movie, I started doing my own research. So I think I did know more than maybe most people my age about Billie Holiday. I still didn't know all of this stuff,
Yeah.
So this was like a real learning experience for me, and I'm even more in love. Like I listen to her music all the time. All around my house, I'm playing Billie Holiday. So,
wow. And obviously, like as you said, your mom is very special, and your family is very special. And I just wondered, like when you were young, like obviously you must have been drawn to music and acting just because that's kind of what you grew up with. But when did you really decide, outside of you saying, well, seeing your mom like that, you wanted to be an actor? But in many ways, it must have just been in your blood that you probably didn't realize for how young you probably were when you were most likely leaning into it already.
Yeah. I think it's been, my mom will say since since I was, talking, I was trying, always being creative at least painting, drawing, and I love people. I find people really interesting. I think that was one of the things I've always I loved watching people. I love drawing people. I love seeing people's feelings. I'm interested in people, and so that I think was where it all came from. I find it all that very inspiring, and I find our history inspiring. And so that's been part of this movie that's really inspired me to kind of dig deep into what our history is and what these stories are, these untold stories of these amazing artists that, I'm sure there's some that probably would never document it, because if she was stopped for singing this song about, lynching, and there's got to be so many people that weren't able to actually share their story.